Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know, I know. It's hard to believe I'm this good looking this early in the morning. You don't have to say it. I know what you're thinking. Good morning, cute kitty. Uh, I hope so. I doubt it though. Had a had a rough night last night. Woke up at 2:53 this morning, and I couldn't go back to bed after that. So I laid there and just looked pretty, and finally come out here at quarter after 5. I Saturday. Uh, Kathy and I, or not Kathy and I had I had Xfinity before, okay, and I got a bill Friday for $343 for equipment. They were going to charge me on September 11th if I didn't return it. So I called them up. I found somebody that could speak English. I said, send me a shipping label. I have asked 3 people for a shipping label, and they all tell me they're going to send me a shipping label, and they haven't. And when I got a letter today, I thought it was a shipping label so I could send this stuff back. She got to looking. She says, I can't send you a shipping label. They won't let me. I can send you an email so you can print one. I said, I don't have a printer. Oh, well, you could take it to an Xfinity store. And I said, well, there isn't one around us. Well, you could. I said, I could what? You could take it to a UPS store and they could ship it for you. I said, I still need a shipping label. Oh, yeah, that's right. So I ended up being upset. Imagine that. Good morning, Dan. So I went Saturday morning around 10:15 or so. I left and I went up to Ypsilanti. Yeah. Oh, no, no. You got to have the barcodes and stuff in order to send it. So, yeah. So, anyways, I had to go up to Ypsilanti to take it up there. So I went up to Ypsilanti and I sat in line, stood in, excuse me, I misquoted myself. I stood in line for over an hour. They had 3 people working, 2 people working the counter, and a third person that kept hiding in the back room and coming out every 15 minutes or so. And he wasn't working. So, anyways, I was there an hour. And they said, well, you want to just turn that in? I said, yeah. He said, do you need a receipt? I said, yes, I want a receipt. Oh, okay, well, then you're going to have to wait in line. Well, of course, if I didn't give a receipt, they could just take it back and say I never did turn it in. Yeah, yeah, they're fancy, you're right. You got an ad coming up in 30 seconds. Well, anyways, I was there for an hour, finally got it turned in, got my receipt, left. and I stopped at a yard sale. And they had one of the little white pedal cars for adults or kids, you know. And I'll tell you after the commercial. Anyhow, they had one of them white little pedal cars that are for kids or adults. Now the number one again, that's right. Anyways, they had that there and they wanted $10 for it. And I was looking at it and I told them I would take it. I said, I think about putting a little electric motor on it, put some new tires on it, and make it so my grandson can have a little like go-kart. I said, oh, you got a scooter motor for it? I said, well, yeah, sort of, maybe not, I don't know. I do have one, but I don't know if it works. It's on another scooter. I know, Dale. Anyways, he said, well, I got a scooter. It's in the pole barn way out back. I said, okay. He said, we can walk back there. And his wife said, no, go get the golf cart and then take him back there. I said, I appreciate that. I got, bad feet and brand new kneecaps. And she said, I understand. So he got the golf cart. He come up and picked me up. We went back there and looked. It wasn't a scooter. It was a mobility scooter. And he had it all tore apart. He said, there's something wrong with it. It's got brand new batteries. Got brand new tires on it. I just cannot seem to get it to work. So I looked at it. He said, you interested in it? I said, well, I'm interested in it. I could use probably some of these parts on I got another scooter out in the garage or shed. It's a hover mount. I said, I could probably use some of the stuff on that from that. I said, what do you take for it? He said, make me an offer. I said, I'll give you $25 for the scooter and that white cart. He said, okay, that's a deal to me. I said, well, it sounds like a good deal to me. So we got it loaded up. I come home, I unloaded it, and I put the batteries on it's got its own charger built in to the scooter right there. So I didn't have to have an auxiliary charger. It's got its own charger built in. So I plugged the charger in, and the batteries, they were dead. Well, they've been charging since Saturday. Yeah. And yesterday I went out and they were completely full. I left the charger on it again today, or yesterday and today. I'm probably going to leave the charger on for a couple more days to make sure that it's going to get the fullest charge it can get and actually recondition the battery. But the batteries are $110 a piece for that scooter. And they were brand new. They just hadn't been charged in a year. So I think if the batteries hold the charge, I think I got a good deal for $25. And I was gonna do a live stream Sunday night, but we had company, and we didn't even eat dinner till like 8:30 that night. We had company coming over. We had company for dinner, and they done a bunch of yard. Or Kathy and her sister did a bunch of yard work out there, and by the time it was all said and done, we ate around 8:30 Saturday night, or Sunday night. Excuse me, Sunday night. And then Monday we went to Shipshewana down in Indiana. with our daughter. Just went to the markets there. Didn't go to the flea market. Um, that was our weekend. So how was your weekend? Don't everybody speak at once. No. Let me see if I can actually find it. Um, I watched this guy um, on YouTube. It's called Low Buck Garage, and the guy he's got that dry sense of humor. Um, but this is what gave me the idea for that little pedal cart. Because I bought one just like he has. Nobody came to see you? Well, ain't that a shame? Um, they're having Friday up here in Adrian. They're having that Blake Garza. You know who he is?
Yeah.
He's going to be singing at the fairgrounds. Well, I mean, he was on. What was he on? Voice. Yeah.
He didn't make it.
He didn't make it. I don't know. I don't watch The Voice. They're having a free concert here with that Blake Garza. He was on The Voice. He's from this town. Braxton, yeah. Excuse me, Braxton Garza. I'm sorry. See, I'm not in the know, if you know what I mean. No. Braxton. Well, anyways, the guy that had that scooter seemed to think it was the forward and reverse switch. So I took the wires and I snipped the wires from the forward and reverse switch. And there's a left, a forward, and then a forward, and then a reverse, and then there's a center wire. So one's a power wire, one's to reverse, one's to go forward. So I took them wires and I stripped them and I touched, one wire to the center wire, then I released it, then touched the other wire to the center wire and released it. And then I touched all three wires together, and then I touched the two outside wires together, and nothing happened. So it's not there. Um, it's got to be. I'm gonna unplug the electrical wires to the motor, and then hook up 24 volts directly to it, and see if the motor spins. If it doesn't spin, then it's the motor. If it does spin, then there's something else, and probably just buy one of them conversion kits. You can get it on Amazon to run electric motors with a variable speed. He was on the small stage. That's cool. Yeah, maybe I could get Elon to look at it. There you go. Yeah. we stopped. We took the grandkids with us, and went to that Shipshewana. We stopped at the Blue Gate restaurant. That was pretty. That was pretty nice. It is a nice restaurant. They serve Amish cooking. It's good food. It's expensive, but it's good. It's like $25 a person for the adult buffet, and they have, you know, pot roast, pork roast, chicken, chicken noodle soup, chicken uh, noodles, chicken noodles. It's just, you know, noodles that's been cooked in chicken broth, mashed potatoes and gravy. You can either get beef gravy or pork or chicken gravy. They got, you know, corn and peas and stuff like that. Stuffing, two different kinds of stuffing. And let's see, oh, they got a salad bar. And then they got pies and ice cream and cake and all that other stuff. If you ever get to Shipshewana, you got to stop there and eat at the Blue Gate. We went to, we weren't going to go to the Blue Gate at first, and then we went by there and the line was way out the door. So we decided to go to the Essence House, which is like 8 miles away. We got to the Essence House, and they had cars parked in the yard. That's how overloaded they were. My daughter walked in there, and there was a 2 hour wait at the door, and there was people backed out way past the door. So she said, "I don't think we're going to be eating here." Good morning, Kevin. So we went back to the Blue Gate, and she called the Blue Gate, or got on their website and reserved, and we had a seat within 45 minutes. Well, I went to the Cracker Barrel, but there isn't one. No. We got back to the Monday while you was at the tractor pull. I did. I got some cheese and onion and some pepper jack cheese. We stopped at the E&B or E&S or whatever it is. Stopped there, and Forks was closed, so we didn't go there. We went there, but they were closed, so we didn't get nothing there. But we went to the E&S. The only reason why we went down there is because our daughter, she does a lot of jams and stuff for her farmer's market, and she needed 50 pounds, or she needed sugar, so she bought 100 pounds of sugar, 50-pound bags. So, if I could have, you know, the big logs of cheese, if I knew we could have ate that, I probably would have bought a big log of cheese. But um, I love cheese, but 15 pounds of it at one time is kind of excessive unless you're having a big get together or whatever. And cheese freezes, but it doesn't freeze well. Let's put it that way. If you freeze cheese, about the best thing you're going to be able to do with cheese is grate it and make macaroni and cheese with
I need your guys' opinion on your ideas, so I can tell from the buses. And, your ideas. What's your number?
ID.
it. On your badge, don't you have a photo badge?
Not yet.
It's the same, it never changes.
Oh, my password?
No.
Whatever that thing is.
Email?
Forget it. Okay. To stop you up, it sure will. I bought just a little over a pound of pepper jack and about a pound of that cheese and onion. Now that cheese and onion, that'll be good. That will be damn good on a hamburger. You found out what it was? Huh. And it wasn't bad. It was pepper jack cheese. Was like $4.95 for. It was like a pound and a quarter or whatever. It was a wheel of cheese. And then the other one was $4.50 for the cheese and onion. Yeah, ad coming up in 30 seconds. If you guys have ever had Harvati cheese, that is some good cheese too. They didn't have any Harvati there, but they did have a vegetarian farmer's cheese, and that looked pretty good, but it only come in a 10-pound log. And I didn't want to spend that for something I might not like. I think the next time we go down, we need to stop at Yoder's Meat and Cheese and look at that. I've never been in there before, but he's going to be Sasquatch, yeah. I think Jerry knows that the shitstorm's coming, and I bet after he retires, I bet he don't even live in the state of the United States no more. I bet he moves to some place where they can't extradite because he's one crooked SOB. Allegedly, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I can speculate. And I have a pretty good feeling that's what's going to happen to several of our politicians. They're going to up and retire or quit, and they're going to move to some place where they can't be extradited. No, we didn't come through Fremont. We weren't nowhere near Fremont. And I didn't know what time you were home. You told me you were at a tractor pull up in Waldron. I wasn't driving. We didn't get home till 9 o'clock. We left here at 1:30, got down there around 3:15 or so. Went to Forks, and they were closed, and it took us 30 minutes from the time we went past E&S to get to Forks because the traffic was so bad. So then we come back, went to E&S, and then we decided to go to Essex House. So we went there, and it was so loaded that you couldn't get in. So we left there, made reservations to the Blue Gate. We got there at around 5:15 or so. We ate dinner. And when we left, we come home, and it was 8:30 or something like that when we got home. Yeah, he can go to El Salvador. Yeah, that would be a killer, wouldn't it? Spaghetti would be fresh, though. Alabama, home of the spaghetti dinner. No. Well, and you went to Waldron, and you couldn't make a 35-mile trip to see your brother. So there. We didn't go by that. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. Shots, everybody, shots. It's Water Glass Wednesday, 4 shots. The girls had macaroni and cheese, and so did Casey, and they loved it. You don't come out of the way to come see me. You come up here to get something, and then you stop by and see me if it's not too far out of the way, or if your time constraints make it. So don't sit there and say you go out of your way to come see me. Yeah. And besides that, yeah, all the time. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyways, I didn't want to go to the house and, see you, pull you away from the sisters. And, I know how heartbreaking that is. Yeah, sure he does. Now, if it wasn't for me being on YouTube, you guys wouldn't even know what I look like. I don't like living north of the Dixie line. Yeah, you need reservations to see him because he's never home. Or when you get there, says I ain't got time to talk to you. I'm on my way out. Yeah. That's how it is. You get home till 7:30? Yeah. Well, I didn't think he'd made it home by noon doing a tractor pull. Unless you lost in the first round and blew the engine or whatever. Probably gonna go down in a couple of weeks with some friends of ours up here. They've never been down there, so they wanted to go down and look it out, look at all the stores and stuff. And we'll probably end up doing that in a couple of weeks on a Saturday. And then the following Saturday is the Farmers Antique Tractor Club flea market, so we'll be there. Kevin will be there. Well, if Chucky was smart, he'd retire too and move to El Salvador or whatever hell country's got, no extradition. And I'm pretty sure they're going to go after these people now. Did you see where Michigan has 4,500 jobs that the state of Michigan's been paying people unemployment? 4,500 positions that we've been paying a weekly paycheck to for a few years that nobody even works. Yeah. Somebody has ripped Michigan off for $5 billion. Well, hello, Pumpkin. Yeah. $5 billion. We got a budget of like $80 billion a year here in this state, and somebody has ripped us off $5 billion. 4,500 jobs. And I'm pretty sure they're probably good paying jobs, $2,000-3,000 a week. You should have got a job there, that's right. Yeah. And they wonder why our streets are bad? That $5 billion could have went a long ways on fixing all the streets and bridges here. And you know what? They'll stop the bleeding, but they'll never get the money back because the way they got it all rigged up, you'll never know who's got the money. You split it with them? Yeah. $52 degrees in the big city right now. I went to the doctor last Tuesday, a week ago Tuesday, today, or yesterday, a week ago last Tuesday. I got a phone call yesterday from the pharmacy. And they said they had my medicine. And they wanted to know if I wanted to charge it to my Medicare or if I wanted to pay for it. I said, well, charge it to my Medicare. Okay, well, your copay is $1,764. My copay is what? $1,764. That's for 1 month. Would you like to put that on a card? Or I said, no, I don't. Oh, do you want financial aid? I said, that would be nice. And she looks up, she said, well, there's no current financial aid available for that. We will go to Henry Ford and ask them if they have financial aid. And if they do, we'll let you know. We'll send you some paperwork. Yeah. Yeah. $1,764 a month. And I told Kathy, I said, you know what? I bet if I was on welfare, I bet I could get that medicine tomorrow. No problem. Because I'm so important that I never worked a day in my life, I need it. Yeah. This country is so screwed up. The ones that work for it and work their asses off for it don't get nothing. The ones that sit on their ass and do nothing get everything. You know, like the DNR says, don't feed the animals because they'll get lazy and depend on you. Well, it should be the same way with welfare. Don't feed them. They'll get lazy and depend on you. You know, like they always say too. You know, give an illegal alien a fish and you feed them for a day. Deport an illegal alien, you never have to feed them again. Come in. Huh? Shelby?
They didn't even bring a jacket for Tyler.
I didn't hear you.
They didn't bring a jacket for Tyler.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah. You know.
But tell me, make sure what they want on the bag.
I know I should have. Yeah. The English. Oh, you're automatically qualified. Well, it's just like that government program they had that Biden agricultural had. If you were a farmer, a non-white farmer, and you owed money for your mortgages or whatever you had on your farm, the government would help you. But if you were white, you didn't qualify. And all these government forms, they ask you what your race is. Well, if they aren't concerned with discrimination, why do they ask your race? It shouldn't matter what your race is. The color of your skin should not matter whatsoever. Not one iota. But on every government form, they ask if you're a Native American, Hispanic, Latino, white, black, African American, whatever, they ask you all them questions. Yeah, that's the white privilege. You're right. Yeah. And it shouldn't make a difference. Not one iota should it make a difference. And they found that was discriminatory, that they were giving out aid or financial assistance to other farmers than white. Yeah, or non-white, yeah. No. I know, that's how they keep it alive and well. You're right. Yeah, I know. If I got asked for a 90-day supply, I'd have got a discount. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, here you go. Here's $5,200. Kathy couldn't believe it either when they sit there and said they had $1,764 a month. Yeah. Yeah. I know, I should have asked. What if I buy it by the year? Huh? Yeah. I should have asked him what it cost in India. $2.50. Very good, very good, very good. I know. I know. Have to run up north. There you go. Go to Canada. Where the hell did you get gas for $2.16 at? I know. Could you help a brother out? Yeah. Or is that just that? Is that $2.16? That's all you could afford to pay for gas yesterday? Oh, it's $3.29 here in Adrian. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, you got a half a gallon. Yeah. I've been thinking about getting a Myers credit card because with your MPerks, you can get 20 cents off a gallon when you get your MPerks, or you can get 30 cents off a gallon, or 40 cents off a gallon, or 50 cents off a gallon, or $1 off a gallon, depends on how much you buy from Myers on your MPerks. So, and then with your Meyer credit card, if you use that to buy gas with, you get an extra 10 cents off a gallon. So if you've got a 30%, a 30-cent MPerk, and then you use your 10% or 10 cents a gallon on your credit card, that's 40 cents off a gallon. And they charge the interest rate's like 33%, but if you pay the bill within 30 days of the first billing, of your bill date, I believe there's no interest if you pay it off completely. So, if you're just buying gas with the import or the Meyer card, be a good way to save some money on your gas bill. Well, our we're gonna have to go back to the lawyer again because he gave him until September 1st to give us a title, a clear title to the property, and we still haven't gotten one. So I guess we're gonna have to go to court. Oh yeah? I don't know if they do that or not anymore, but we get gas at both places, so um, I don't know, she's probably close to getting 10 cents off a gallon at Murphy's too, but I like the Meyer one because usually you can get 20 or you can get 30, 40, or 50 cents off.
You're not very intelligent.
What?
Why did you share Zach's family photo?
Huh?
Why did you share
I hit it by mistake.
still?
I
So what you do is delete.
I couldn't delete it on my phone.
Yeah. Why did you share his family portrait?
Because what happened is I was doing something and I had my phone there and I hit it with my hand.
So then it says 3 hours ago, so you get on there on the thing and you delete it.
Yes, dear.
Well, that's
It won't let me delete it.
it will.
It says move to trash.
Yeah, that's what that's called.
And I done did it on the phone.
Well, it is because it just showed up on mine.
Well, I did it on the phone. I moved it to trash. But I was looking at Facebook and I dropped the remote, so I reached down for the remote and hit it with my hand. I didn't know I'd done it until after I seen it.
And then you left it there. It says 3 hours ago. So everybody knows if you took somebody's photo, family,
I'm gonna
share it.
I'm gonna have to put a knot on your forehead so you look like a unicorn if you don't knock it off.
I know you're not talking to me.
Mama says I can be anything I want, so I decided I won't be a unicorn.
You're about to get it.
Let's see if I can find that.
Tyler.
Got nobody?
Oh,
You wanna, I don't have sausage. That's a homemade chocolate chip cookie. You want some? Huh? Can you hang on a minute? You've had all morning and now you wanna, you can wait now.
I finished my hair.
Well, you can wait. What do we have in there?
I think I can find it.
What are we gonna have? Cereal? I mean, they have breakfast at school too, so.
Yeah, here it is.
What? Tyler, quit doing that to your school calls. Half of that. Come here. Do you gotta go potty? Come here.
Lord. Mama said I could be anything when I grow up, so I decided to be a unicorn.
Yeah, I'm losing it.
Mama said I could be anything.
There we go. Mama said I could be anything I want, so I decided to be a unicorn. Well, somebody was complaining this morning because the price of coffee went up. They said, look, the tariffs have already hit. You know, the tariffs have already hit. Think the guy in red. Somebody said, you know, to the effect, well, I'd rather pay more for coffee and then have you know, Harris as president or something like that. Another guy said, if you don't like the price of coffee, go to Amazon and order it there. I just ordered 2 28.5-ounce cans of coffee for $11.89 a piece. Free delivery. Be here tomorrow, and I've set up a subscription to get once a month get a can of coffee sent for $11, and then I get 15% off because I subscribed. So you know, for like $10.65, I'm getting a can of coffee. Yeah. And I get it delivered to the door. Oh. Well, there you go. See, Myers will let you get 30 gallons. Murphy's will only let you get 20. So I'm waiting for the price to go down a little bit. Then Kathy and I are going to take our cars and to Myers and then fill up. 30 gallons between the two of us, you know, it's going to take more than that, but at least we're going to save money on 30 gallons. Because I'm cheap. I'm a cheap. What? I said about both of us could taking cars over to Myers and getting gas when we can get to it. Yeah. That's ready to make more.
Well,
I know. I'll get it. I'm just telling you.
it's not going yet, and I have to get his shoes on.
Okay. I'll get it after the live stream. Yeah, take a barrel with us. Yeah. The trailer, I got to do a video on the trailer. The trailer's almost done. I ran out of welding wire. I have to go get a spool of welding wire in a 2x8 10-footer. I put in 2x6s and I put them tight, or had them put in tight. I didn't want, you know, a 1/4 inch between each board. I wanted it tight. I love you too. Well, when it come up to it, we're gonna have like 1.5 inch space if I put a 2x6 in there. So I'm just gonna get a 2x8. Hopefully it fits in there. If it don't fit in there, I have to get my table saw out and rip it. But I want, and then put that in. That'll be done. The wiring has been run, but I run out of welding wire, so I couldn't weld the brackets for the wire for the tail lights. The tailgate is almost done. I have to put in 4 more braces in the tailgate, and then I'm just going to shoot it with or sheet it with a 3/4 inch plywood. I haven't been able to find any expanded metal yet, so I'm not going to sit there and wait for that. I'll just put a piece of heavy, 3/4 inch plywood on it and call it good. I did take the tailgate from 6 foot to 4 foot. I cut it down to 4 foot, and that's gonna. It's a little steeper of a ramp, but it'll still work. Love you too, Kevin. Other than that, I guess I could have went and got I ran out of wire Sunday. I didn't go do anything Monday. I could have went and got it Monday. I should have, because could have got save $10 or save 10% on it or whatever. But I do have to get a spool of wire, and then and a sheet of plywood, and it'll be done. All right, Dale, you have a great day too. I bought the self-tapping screws for it. They don't give them things away, man. I bought 3.5 inch self-tapping screws to go through 2x6s, because the drill part of it is like 3/4 of an inch. So I wanted to make sure when it went through the steel that it actually got some threads in there. So it'll thread in about 1/2 inch, which is okay with me. All right, everybody. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace. And I will see you tomorrow morning. Have a blessed day, everybody. Take care. Love you too, Dan.